It's a sunny day. It's still early in January, but it's sunny enough that I can ride my bicycle. Right now I'm in the south side of Corvallis. This is Avery Park. Today I'm going south. My goal is Monroe, which is 18 miles south of Corvallis, 36 miles round trip. 36 miles isn't super long. The problem is, and the thing that I always think about on rides like this, my bike breaks down right when I'm there. About 18 miles to walk back. Actually 15 miles if I want to catch the last 3 miles on a bus, but it's considerable. It'd be 4 or 5 hours walking. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen, but that is always something I think about. Here we are back in Greenberry. You can probably remember Greenberry from a few months ago. I'll link the video. And it started raining and wet. Luckily, bicycling outputs a lot of energy, so hopefully I'll dry off. This ride is pretty much a straight shot down 99 west, so there's really not a lot to report at this point. It's before noon, so I'm making good time. Also, I've come 8 miles from Corvallis, 10 miles to Monroe, so I'm about halfway to where I'm going. So we are almost to Monroe. I stopped because I saw this road closure thing. We have a bridge here over the river. I don't believe this is the Willamette, I believe this is the Long Tom. And looks like this bridge has been out for a while. A notice said since 2014. So we've just had this closed bridge here. At least it's close to cars. I'm going to hazard a step or two on it because I'm a pedestrian. That certainly is a full river and a closed bridge. It does not look like there's anything more to see here though. This can be a point of confusion when I'm riding my bicycle. It says Corvallis is 10 miles that way and Monroe is 3 miles this way. If you add those numbers together, you get 13. Earlier on, we had 8 and 10, which adds to 18. So suddenly there is 5 miles left. I see this problem with road signs sometimes. This is Monroe. Population 680 people. One of 4 incorporated cities inside of Benton County. The others are Corvallis, Philomath, and Adair Village. It's closer to Eugene, more or less, than to Corvallis, though. So we're kind of in a different region, even though we're in the same county. I've spent some time in Monroe, and now it's time to leave. If it was later in the year, I could spend more time here, but we have limited daylight, so I'm already heading back. Monroe has that dairy market there. Not a supermarket, but a grocery store. This building here, City Hall, a post office, has several microbrews and vineyards, or wine bars, I guess you would say. This is still in wine country, so you have some upscale tourism here, which might be a little bit out of impressions of a place this small. Kind of tired right now, so let me catch my breath. Otherwise, there's probably a lot more to this town, but this is what you see for now. And it's been nice. The rain went away quite suddenly, and we had the proverbial blue skies and golden sunshine. Now all I have to worry about is that 18-mile bicycle ride back to Corvallis. We also have Benny's Pizza Joint and the Monroe Barbershop. Over the corner we have the Dollar General. This actually is a good point. When we talk about a small town, one of the things that I use to differentiate a small town between a suburb and exurb is whether it has any chain businesses. And here we have a Dollar General, and then Dairy Mart is kind of a local chain, I believe, but we don't really, we don't have a McDonald's, we don't have a Rite Aid, we don't have any of the usual cruft that acquires in highway towns. So I would say this is still a small town because we don't really have a lot of chain businesses here. It's local businesses. And here we are at the Monroe Community Library, which is a branch of the Benton-Corvallis Public Library System. As you can see, it's a pretty big library. Earlier I said, perhaps wrongly, that Monroe is in Benton County, but it's more part of Eugene. It's kind of distant from Corvallis. But one thing is that Corvallis and Benton County have high income levels and also a high level of education because the university is there. So the library system is pretty well funded, and that spills over to smaller communities. So this library, which serves not just this community but all of this southern part of the county, is a lot bigger than it would be in other small towns in Oregon or in other parts of the country. And I wish I could go in, but for several reasons that's not possible right now. Maybe someday. I'm back in Corvallis, back in Avery Park, less than a mile from home, and I have about 45 minutes of daylight left, which is a good buffer, but it's good I turned around when I did. As the days get longer, I'll be able to go more places.